Sports Bar on talkSPORT. I'm Jeremy. Alongside me as ever, Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Spurs?
What do
You lot at the weekend. Terrible from you lot. Beat by Palace.
Beat Man City during the week.
I don't care. Palace.
Got nothing. As you come in here, you've got nothing.
Don't care, mate. You're terrible, you lot.
Honestly. Man United will have to wait another 2 weeks for Ruben Amorim to arrive. How big of a boost is that for Chelsea? Head of a big game on Sunday. We'll build up to that one. Arsenal head to Newcastle on Saturday live on talkSPORT. Massive game for the Gunners. Can you keep in touch with Liverpool Man City? 03 717 22 3344. But before all of that, we are joined in the studio by legendary British comedian, actor and big Arsenal fan, Matt Lucas joins us.
Has anybody seen Cundy? Has anybody seen O'Hara? Can you hear me, Jason Cundy? Your boys took one hell of a meeting. Sorry, you can't come on this show and not do that.
That's amazing.
It's good.
You can't come on this show and not do that. Can you hear me? You've got to do it. Oh my God.
Right?
Well, look, get involved in the show tonight. Get your calls in. You want to have your say on the weekend's football. You got any questions? You want to talk to Matt Lucas, legend in the building. Big fan of the show.
Love it.
Cundy's been driving you mad. I know he has, because he gets all excited when a celebrity messages him. And he's like, oh, Matt Lucas. And he drives you mad. And he's managed to get you in.
It's a pleasure. But can you remember? I love this show. Can you remember, Jamie, we've met before? Do you remember when we met before?
No, go on. It wasn't on Big Brother or something, was it?
No, it wasn't on Big Brother. I am not Kim Woodburn, don't worry. I'm not Kim Woodburn. You rotters. No, I met you, right, this is a bit of a name drop, so forgive me. It was about 15 years ago.
All right.
It was in Nobu Restaurant in Berkeley Square.
Yeah, remember it well.
You were playing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
I was having dinner. Arsenal had played, I think it was Leicester, and I was having dinner with Theo Walcott and his soon-to-be wife, Melanie.
Yeah.
And Richard Stearman.
Oh,
and
Stearman?
Steersy.
He's with Steers.
Yeah, and his wife Beth.
Yeah,
I
Beth,
think
yeah.
was he at Forest? Whoever he was playing for had played Arsenal that day. They'd lost, thankfully.
Yeah.
And the five of us were having dinner. And you were also in the same restaurant.
Right.
And they spotted you, and I was like, I hope he don't come over here. He's Tottenham. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to meet any Spurs. But you came over and you were a delight.
Oh, that's
good. You were a
good.
delight.
It's a shame.
It was him. Sure it was him.
It's a shame I don't remember it. I remember the shrimp tempura from Nobu, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Don't remember. I mean, I ended up playing with Steers at Fulham.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's right. Yes,
yeah.
I remember because I remember coming to Fulham to watch him play. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't remember me there then, though.
I don't remember. No. But I don't understand. I know you played for Tottenham.
Yeah.
But you were at Arsenal as a kid,
I
right?
was at Arsenal
Why
as a
do you
kid.
hate Arsenal so much?
I don't hate Arsenal.
I mean, you played for them. You played for them both.
He hates Arsenal.
Yeah, but you hang on a minute. You played for Spurs. Why do you hate Spurs so much?
That's more of a disgrace.
I hate Spurs.
He hates Spurs.
Because I'm Chelsea.
I know you're Chelsea. But here's the thing. I worked for Chelsea when I was a teenager, and I hate them.
And that's the way it should be.
Isn't that weird?
I don't get why people get so hung up on the fact that you used to play for them, therefore you got to like them. That makes no sense to me. As a football fan growing up,
no, you are a bit of a disgrace though. You actually played for Tottenham's first team, like scored from the halfway line.
Don't care.
And you hate Spurs.
Don't care.
It is.
No.
It's disrespectful.
No,
mate.
it's not. I don't care.
But it sums you up.
No,
Just who we are, mate.
I don't care. And you speak to Mickey Hazard or Graham Roberts, right? They are Spurs. That's fair enough. They play for both. It's the way it should be. Football rivalry is why we love the game so much, and why when you go to a ground, that crackle of an atmosphere, you can only get with football because of the rivalry.
And it's funny, isn't it? Because Paul Merson is an Arsenal legend, but he is a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan. If they play each other, he does not want Arsenal to win.
He keeps that quiet, though, the old Chelsea one, I
don't know
think.
if he does, mate.
I mean,
I don't know if he does. No, he's a Chelsea. No, he does. I don't think he does keep it quiet. He doesn't broadcast it as much, but he will say on the weekend, I've seen his posts on social media, he will say "we" when he talks about Chelsea.
Yeah, he does. I think as the years go by, he's coming out.
I mean, you've always been Arsenal, right?
Oh, I've always been Arsenal.
Why?
Yeah,
Why, Matt?
I'll tell you why.
What are you doing?
I've actually got a good story. My dad, when he was about 12 years old in the late 50s, wasn't really much of a football fan. And he had an accident on his push bike. He went over the handlebars of his bike and he really smashed up his leg. And the surgeon who operated on him, because he was really, really badly done in, the surgeon who operated on him also happened to be surgeon to the Arsenal team. And while my dad was recuperating, he was trying to get my dad to go out the house, use his legs. And so he used to give my dad tickets to Arsenal. So from the late 50s, my dad used to go and watch Arsenal. But his brother-in-law he's going to be 90 next year, is a Spurs fan. And I think they'd go and watch Spurs one week and Arsenal the next week. But my dad was always Arsenal,
right,
and he passed it on to me and my brother. So I first went to Arsenal when I was 7, but from the age of about 13, me and my brother used to go without our dad. You know, we'd get on the tube, Edgware Station.
You cannot do that now as a 13-year-old. You can't afford it, right?
No.
What did you used to pay?
What?
Can you
I
remember?
used to pay. I tell you, I was a junior gunner. And I used to pay £1 to stand. And if I was really flush, if I had a few quid that week, I could pay £2 to sit.
Think of that now, right? So I used to pay 50p to go and get in the shed when I was a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah.
As a kid, 50 or 30, but whatever it was, right?
Yeah. £1?
£1. And that's why I asked. £1 to go and watch Arsenal play.
Yeah. Well, you had to get your junior gunner
You want a
membership.
refund, wouldn't you? Most weeks?
Well, no, I mean, that era
what
was...
year are we talking about?
So I'm talking from about 1988 onwards.
Right, okay.
So George Graham was there, 87, 88, 89.
Boys,
So the year...
title winning, right?
The year they won the title, that year I probably saw 25 home games, and I probably saw them for £1 each. But I used to get in that ground. The ground used to open at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. I used to get there at 1. I was one of those kids.
Yeah.
And literally at 2 minutes to 3, some giant would come and stand in front of me and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see any of the game, but I used to love it.
Yeah.
I used to buy peanuts for 30p a bag.
The monkey nuts.
Yeah.
You don't get monkey nuts anymore, do you?
No, it's a good thing, though. They're not
I know,
nice.
they used to trash everything,
Just
didn't
eat
they?
all the shell.
I
It's
know
not
the
nice.
shell. What's happened to monkey nuts, by the way? Are they still
What
about?
monkey nuts?
So, okay, monkey nuts are... Matt, you tell him what monkey nuts are.
All right, so you used to stand on the North Bank and a man would walk up and down the North Bank going, peanuts, 30p a bag. And you'd spend 30p on a bag of monkey nuts, but you had to crack the nuts open and you get the skin of the nuts in your teeth. They weren't very nice.
Where are they? Do they still exist?
Oh,
Do monkey nuts still exist?
I don't know.
I've not seen a monkey nut in years.
No, we need to find out.
Okay, so these...
You sure you ain't seen any monkey nuts?
Jay, I promise you... Right. It's been a while since I've seen any nuts anyway. But...
Oh, well, I can help you out there.
But these things, right, they used to be in their shell, he's right. But the nut, the size of the shell, it deceived you. Because when you open them up, this little... excuse of a nut was inside, right?
What he's saying is big shell, little nut.
Big shell,
and he was
little nut.
absolutely right
Story of
about
my
that.
life.
Story of his
Frank,
Cundy,
Matt.
yeah.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
There's only half left anyway.
No,
so
I read about that, yeah.
I mean...
You're doing all right.
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
You've
so
got,
to speak.
you've got kids, haven't
I've
you?
got 3 boys.
You've got, and how many have you got?
I've got 3.
And how old are they?
14, 13 and 11.
And yours?
Mine are 30, 24 and 9.
Oh, really? Well, I'll tell you why I asked.
Go on.
They're the perfect age for
Oh,
this.
my-
here we
That
go.
was slick, wasn't it?
Do you know
This
what?
is my book.
This is your book?
Yeah.
It's just come out?
No, so the hardback came out last year. The paperback came out a couple of weeks ago. I'll talk about it for 10 seconds. It's called The Boy Who Slept Through Christmas. It's a funny novel, right?
boys
Put it up
gonna
so
love
everyone can
this.
see
It's
it.
a
There's
funny
the
novel,
camera.
The Boy Who Slept Through Christmas. But here's the thing. It's a little bit different. It's better than Walliams, and I'll tell you why. Well, firstly, I write it. But secondly, no, that's a joke. No, he does write his own books. But basically, I really, really want this to be a stage musical because my 2 passions in life are football and theatre, right? So I wrote and recorded 20 songs. And when you read this book, there are 20 songs inside the book. There's 20 QR codes, right? So as you read the book, I'll see if I can find one. There'll be one here.
Shall I bring my phone over, Matt?
Well, you can do, but look, you
What's
can,
going to be on the QR code?
as you can see on camera.
You keep talking.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
There you go. Bring your QR code over.
QR code.
And then as you're
He doesn't
reading the
even know
book,
how to post a story on Instagram. You ain't going to know how to use a QR
You
code.
keep talking. I'll sort this out.
see if the settings on. Anyway, well, you can also go on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon and all that.
I've got it.
There you go.
Open
If you
link,
open it, it should
open
take
link.
you to a lyric video, and you should be able to hear the
Filthy pig,
song.
Matt. Honestly, Matt, honestly.
No, but anyway, the boy who slept
No, it
through
does.
Christmas. There you go. Yeah,
What's it do?
and it takes you
So
to a
it brings
lyric.
you to that, right?
a lyric
so those
video.
That can't,
Okay.
on YouTube,
right.
there you go. Takes you to that.
Yeah,
It's interactive, you
And
see.
I'm going to press. I'll press the button.
You can press the button. You can hear a little bit of the song.
Trapped in my headphones.
If you fancy.
There we go.
And I wrote all these songs, and we're adapting it for the stage. There you go. It's beautiful, that song. It's called You Might. There you go. You're going to hear someone singing in a second. There we go.
Who's singing? Is it you?
There we go. The east tonight, you might. There you go. It's a little like Christmas Carol that I wrote. It's nice, isn't it?
Very good, by the way.
Not a bad idea, that.
Very
So
good.
those are for your kids, and
Okay.
adults seem to enjoy the book as well. And we're adapting it for the stage. And there you go.
I think Cundy's 30-year-old will enjoy that book.
No, adults do seem to enjoy it.
I've got a 9-year-old, right? Little Leonardo. So what
He's
it's
called
like-
Leo. The boy's called Leo. There you go.
Oh, honestly, it's made.
The thing is, when you're writing a children's book, you have to make it entertaining for adults as well, because
Yes,
they're
you
the
do.
ones who sit there and read it to their kids. So you feel like you have to, like Toy Story and all those brilliant Pixar films, they entertain adults as well as kids. That's what you've got to do.
It's true. It's true.
So there you go.
Well, Matt, that
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to sign that to little Leonardo, and you can. What are you looking at that for?
Why
What
you
you
sign it for Leo? He don't care.
Of course he does.
You want it. You want it signed.
I put it to
Sign
Jason.
it to Cundy.
Put it to Jason.
You know
right?
you want it signed to Jason. You've been going on about it all week.
I have.
Honestly,
I know,
you're
you've
like-
outed me now.
You're
for
like a
God's
big
sake.
child, you are.
I know.
You'll read that
I
book
know, I
when
love
you're
it.
sat in the Maldives next year.
I can't read, mate. You know that.
Well, there's an audio book as well if you can't read.
Thank God for that.
Anyway, thanks for letting me talk about it. I'm really proud of it, and I hope people
that's
enjoy it.
the
That's
boy-
out now.
The boy who.
Slept through Christmas.
There you go.
We just get through Halloween, and then it's the boy who slept through
Okay.
Christmas.
Well,
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.